This weekend, we're in Allegany State Park on the Redhouse side in Salamanca, New York.
This park is enormous. There is so much to do. I mean, obviously we're at Redhouse Lake right behind us, but we're going to go through the highlights. There's hiking trails. There's Thunder Rocks. There's the Allegheny River. There's so much to see and do. You need more than just a weekend to really experience this place, but let's go because there's so much to see and do.
So we're on site E34, which took us a bit to level, but is wicked long. The fire pit is way over there. We have this nice grassy area that we're gonna set our friend Caitlin up. She's coming to visit and bringing her tent. Nice open space to have the campfire. I believe we have the creek right behind us, if memory serves me. All right, so we got, oh no, it's just dry. It's there. Well, this is new since the last time we've been. They now have metal bear boxes installed. Last time we had to just fend for ourselves and make sure we're not stupid enough and to leave food out.
Oh, we're good. Handy dandy dowel from a previous video, if you remember. We gotta go 6 inches past that, so we are more than fine.
Well, that's much better. And then once we put the slide outs out, that'll probably line right up. If that's a new tip for you, using the slide outs as a counterweight has helped us level many, many times.
Well, close to this. We should be all right.
Spotting to make sure we don't hit the box, except for we already measured, so I don't know what my point is here, but makes Kevin feel better. Yeah, it's about done. And look, the fridge is still locked, although it has moved a little bit, but not enough for Max salad all over the floor, so that's a win. Okay, we're gonna go film a little bit, but first we're going to meet the neighbor's dog, Gypsy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. You were all mouth earlier when we got here. Now you got nothing? You got nothing
to say.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, go on.
Oh, you did it just on purpose, right? Kevin had to have a turn, too.
What kind of dog did you have? Wait, guitar, wait, bass. Wait, there's...
Well, I was going to say that we're walking around the loop before our guest arrives. They're set up A through E loops, but they're all in the same general area. So you pull into the one spot and it kind of goes like A, B, C, D, E.
Wait. That's on the Redhouse side. Don't be confused. This park has got a Redhouse side and a Quaker side. They are not close to each other. You cannot bike between them. It's like a couple mile drive between each entrance.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a hardcore biker, you can do it. But if you're a casual mountain biker, if you have an e-bike, sure,
I was
all
just
day
thinking
long.
about kids on bicycles.
Oh, yeah. Don't walk with your kid on a bike because it'll take you hours.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do it anyways. A lot of good exercise. Okay, so carry on. So this one, it's like a clover leaf. It's like A, B, C, D, E as they go around, and there's water spigots throughout. The one that we got kind of at the top of the loop, I guess you could say, leaked everywhere. So Allegany Park, if you're watching this, you might want to fix that.
I'll fix that.
So yeah, we're going to get a couple spots that are not occupied and take it from there. So here we have E38 and E39. They don't have a lot of tree cover. We got a little bit over here, but they are, oh, they're kind of shallow. 38's not bad. You could park our camper in here. 39 might be a little snug. I think Amy pointed out the bear boxes are new since the last time we've been here, which is probably 4 years ago. At the end of E39, we have B, as in boy, 32. So I don't know how B snuck out into the E loop here, but whatever. If you're on B32, just know that you got to kind of pull up into the E loop and back in. It's actually not bad thing about it. So here's,
Yeah, but look at all the
I know people have done it. There's the entrance here. Amy's pointing out, look at all this. You can see everybody who's been trying to back in. It dips down right there for drainage and goes across. So if you don't have a lot of ground clearance, it might be a little bit tricky. So if nobody's over in the cap spot, the camp host, then pull into there first before you back in. Otherwise, you're going to be dragging. So there's a sign for the E-loop going this way up here, then it branches off. So the one we're here at the thing, this is probably the end of D coming out, I would imagine, one way. But like I said, this one is the camp host right by the front area where you drive in. And you can see obviously in the back there's a little playground. It is definitely for small kids or
large adults.
Young at heart 10-year-olds. I mean, it's very small. You got like 2 steps up and you're on the bridge. So yeah, when you pull in, you kind of come off, there's the end of A, and then you kind of go looping around. So I think you got to go to the right here to all the rest of them, but we'll walk around and we'll let you know.
Now we're wandering into A loop and it's like mostly empty. Look at this.
We have had people, I've noticed comments on Facebooks, the different groups that people are going to be camping here this weekend. These first few here, A1 through probably 12 or 15, it looks like. There's a creek right behind here, and people say they like to back up to the creek. I'm sure it's very nice, but it doesn't look like you can get there.
Can't really see it.
I'm sure you get to hear it, though.
Yeah. And it looks like we only have 2 takers in this loop otherwise. Right next to the water spigot is B10. This one's nice and deep with the fire pit at the back. And surprisingly, for as empty as A loop is, B loop is almost all the way full. This is B11. If you can kind of see through the woods, the bathhouse is kind of behind you there. It's got your own little path to the bathroom.
B13 at the top of the road. This is where the road splits off again. So if you go to the left, sites B14 through 32. Don't forget 32 is at the end of E. It goes off to the left. To the right is C1 through 18 and also D1 through 7. Across the way, though, is C1. So don't go too far up the road because this is your site. This one is C4. I just wanted to film it because I really like it. It's really, really wide. It's pretty deep, too, if you go off back to there by the fire pit. But there is a really big, wide space. You got a lot of forest behind you to explore. To the top of the C road, D jumps off to the left here. We're looking at D1, which is right here, kind of small. And actually, it's got a vertical bear box, unlike the rest. But there's not a lot of space, so don't bring a big old camper here. So off to the left is D1 through 7, C9 and 10, and throughout 18, keep going up, which is what we're going to do. We're going up. And when you come down off of the C loop and or D loop, it brings you into the middle of E loop. Here's E9. It's a weird one. I don't readily see a fire pit, but I see a trail that goes up and away. Weird.
And there's a power box on it.
Right. There's a picnic table and a bear box, power pole, but I don't see a fire pit. You got your own electrical box, though.
It's sad because this is our last trip of the season. But I love fall camping. Oh, it's not doing it now. Just a minute ago, it was just raining leaves. It's so pretty.
So,
I was gonna say, that makes it a lot easier. I do things the hard way, you know.
It's been a long time for us setting up a tent. This is probably racking Kevin's brain.
Oh, I just wanted to say that before we go too far in here, there's over 21 hiking trails throughout the park, and they range anywhere from a half a mile out and back to 18 plus.
Wow.
The North Country Trail, our friend Caitlin says, is actually 21 miles. That's what she's hiking today.
She's hiking that today. We got to go pick her up later because she's not doing the out and back.
Right, you're not going to do a 21 out and back hike. But yeah, I just wanted to say that there's so many. We obviously can't cover all of them, but there's anywhere from easy to hard and short to long. I mean, we've done Bee Hunter, which is 6.5 miles, and it is not a loop, anybody. So if you see it as a loop, it's not.
No.
It was one of the most horrible hikes we've ever done. It's great for hikers. We're not experienced hikers. It's like straight up.
And we went in the fall, and all the acorns had dropped. So on the way down the hill, I was down on my butt more than I was on my feet. So that wasn't fun.
Yeah. So again, this park is enormous. We're going to get you as many highlights as we can get, in the day that we've got here. So let's show you some cool stuff in Allegany State Park. Redhouse Lake Boathouse. Boat rentals, bait, bicycle rentals. And for certain fans, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. They do have kayaks and paddle boats for sale. For sale. They have kayaks and paddle boats for rent. They rent by the hour, and I did see the amount when we were checking in. I forgot. I want to say it's about $15 an hour. So it's not unreasonable, and you're not going to be out here for hours on end. So, probably 4 to 5 tops. So it's decently doable. They have a really, really nice launch off to the end here, which is really nice. They have most of the stuff put up for the year because we're here the last weekend in September. So they do have a couple kayaks over there. One looks like it even has a rudder. That's cool. And then across to the other side here, we've got some paddle boats. Again, they're up on their side. And we've got some aluminum dinghies over there. We have somebody coming in on their kayak here. You can bring your own, obviously. Use the launch. This is Redhouse Lake. It is fairly big. It'll probably take you, if you motored it all around, probably like an hour or so to get around in one go. But if you took your time, it's, again, several hours. You can have fun. Lots and lots of green space all the way around. They have a beach, which we'll show you. I'm going to walk out on the dock here, see how floaty this is. Oh, it's very stable. The beach is over this way. You can see like a little pier over there where a lifeguard would sit, and it just goes all the way out that way. We hear there's eagles that are nearby. Maybe you can catch one. But let's go take a look at the beach. And here is the beach. Very nice. It's the last weekend in September, as I probably mentioned already, and if not, that's when we're here.
Not yet peak leaf season.
Yeah, not peak beach season. We do have a volleyball net way off in the distance over there. We have lifeguard chairs here. I do notice they have a nice ADA beach access, so if you're in a wheelchair, or if you have a walker, or something that you would struggle with, if you have difficulties walking, I have a nice paved area right down the middle here that comes all the way from the bathhouse, I guess. We do have a playground we'll get a closer look at in a moment.
I want to point out all the deer tracks that we've been walking right on past on the beach. Huh. They're everywhere.
Sure is. Well, you got deer walking through.
Yep.
Those are deer footprints, folks. Probably come back at dusk or dawn, see a whole bunch of deer crossing the beach. And then here's a nice panorama. It's beautiful. When you come here when the leaves are changing, this is just absolutely stunning. You got the lake with the sun shining off the trees and the hills. It's just absolutely beautiful. One of our favorite places to be in the fall.
This is like the bathhouse / beachside cafe, dining area, bathrooms, lifeguard, etc. Right next to the beach. And as you can see, I think the black bear population must be getting either braver or more populated in this area because there's a lot more black bear signs and bear boxes and what have you in the park than there was in just a few years since we've been here. I can't say I have ever seen this, not in a state park. So this is fantastic. I don't know if you've seen our Webster County, Ontario Park Shore video, but Kevin was playing on the playground at that one too. So.
Well, I would say this isn't going to hold my weight, but it's really neat. Like you've got, like you can climb up the ropes and like kind of like come across, and then like this is just like a big twisted. It's just neat for climbing. I mean, I'm a climber, but I'm not. Again, this isn't meant for my weight class. You can kind of go all the way around. There's like little logs here. You can come across and walk across the ropes. Oops, flip flops. Getting caught. There's the things. You got more ropes. We got little toadstools. They've got like everything to hold on to. You got these. I can do this because these are big logs. You walk across here to the and just make your way from one side to the other. This is really neat. And big kids like me. You don't need to film me. I'll just, you do.
Oh no. It's going to be on Fail Army.
Boo.
That was very, very graceful. Look at your back. Oh my goodness. You're crazy. You know that?
I do. Whew. It's like a little conveyor belt. You fill it up. You can bring it up. And then you can dump whatever you got into here. And it all comes out the bottom. I don't know. Fill me back up, folks.
Kevin, I don't think you've seen what I see yet.
There's no handle though. I was like, I can barely touch it, so I don't actually. Oh, this would be so much fun.
Like a zip line. A really long one. Way better than the one that you were on last.
Heck yeah. Oh, I'm disappointed now. Well, I guess it's one way. Oh. We need to file a complaint. I want to do this. Give me a handle. I want to, hang on. I want to get up all the way to the end and fling it the other way. Shoot. Alright, it's not so bad. Oh, I'm not doing anything, by the way. Oh.
Now walk 3 feet.
Yeah. The Thomas L. Kelly covered bridge here in the park. There we go. It's just short, but it's gorgeous. The covered bridges are so cool. You can't miss it. It's along the hiking path out of the Bee Hunter parking area, Parking Creek. There's the Bee Hunter Creek here.
Just down the road from the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get in your car, turn left out of the parking lot, and it's just a short drive up.
Oh, yes. The Thomas L. Kelly covered bridge, folks. It's super cute. How can you not love a good covered bridge?
Next up, Thunder Rocks.
Yes, I gotta figure out which way to go.
As you can see by the number of cars, this is a popular place within the park. We'll show you why, because it's pretty spectacular. All right, so nobody listens. It's way too fun. There's too many great places to climb on. Kevin will tell you. Kevin climbs everything.
I love climbing.
Just
Okay. Like the the roots that are hanging down, the moss just is growing through. It's so neat. This is one of these places, I'm sure if we read the sign, 10,000 plus years ago when the glaciers came through here that formed the Finger Lakes, we all remember that story. The glaciers deposited these huge rocks as they as they came down, and then as they receded, they left them behind. And this is what you're left with. And there's so many places under rocks here. There's Panama Rocks, there's Rock City Park, all down here in the southern tier of New York. They all have these huge boulders that were from the last ice age, really. So 10,000-ish plus years ago. Like really, I mean, this is the magnitude of the rocks. They're just so big. That looks like a cool bird's nest made out of moss. Stick to the side. Or maybe it's just moss. I don't know. I'm no naturist. Also, whoever Mark is a jerk. He's left his mark in many different places. And don't deface don't deface national parks like this. Just don't be an idiot. Oh, I was saying, you can't even see the height of it. There we go. Now hold it up. Good job. If you're little, you can crawl through there. We're not little.
Look how tiny he looks under that rock.
I'm sure there's stuff that lives in there.
Let's not find out what it is.
No. That'd be like snakes and stuff. That Lion King.
Yeah. Stand out there and hold your baby cub out over the ledge.
This is the one with the big thumbnail on the top. I wonder. Once you get up here, it's like, oh yeah, no.
Had several false starts.
What you see from the ground looking up is totally different from when you're eye level with it, because it looks like you can kind of just go shoot through there, and I probably could if I shimmy Cocoa Puffed on my belly and then get up and around, but I don't want to do that.
You can tell we were quite a bit older than we were the last time we were here. Because the last time you went right on up.
Probably, but it's muggy and damp in the air, and that just makes the moss and stuff that much more slick. And again, everyone makes fun of me for my flip-flops, but I'd rather go barefoot. I could do it barefoot, but it's not hygienic. No shirt, no shoes, no climbing on the rocks. So we're taking a ride over to the Quaker side so we can get some footage of the campgrounds and sites there, because I don't think either of us have ever been there.
Nope.
And why would you come to Allegany if not to film all of it? So we came across this really cool, they call it Science Lake. There's some people fishing. There's some people hacking down shrubbery. So it's super cool. Let's check it out.
Now, these are on the Quaker side, but these are also new since we've been here. You can tell the buildings are new. They're big, gorgeous shower houses and bathrooms. Now we're going to the old Quaker Store Museum. Never seen this, never been here before, so We're sharing it with you. First time for both of us.
Oh. This is Site 84 in the Quaker Loop area. It's hard to tell in the video, but it goes straight up a hill. So if you have a short camper, you're fine. But if you have like a 30-footer, you're going to be hanging off the front of that. You're going to need a lot of blocks because it's going to be up in thin air there. Holy cow. So we just drove around the Quaker Loop. I mean, we did get a site. A lot of them are really, it's filled up here. It's not like the Redhouse area at all, but I think I've come to the conclusion without seeing too much that I don't like it up here. They're all built on a hill. Like you're either going way up or way down to get in. And like all the sites are, it's like, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Triple R, but not as nice. If that makes any sense. They're like tiered. Like you have like all these different up and backs that are just, and they're small. I don't like it at all. I mean, we've never camped here. Here, swing around and grab number 74 here. So it's not very deep, but we got, everything you need. I mean, it's right on the road, and you're on a hill. I don't know. They're okay, but I don't want to camp here. I like Redhouse. Sorry, people.
The wedding planned here for later this afternoon, overlooking Quaker Lake, which I gotta tell you, as we were driving along the lake, this Quaker Lake is much larger than the Redhouse Lake. We've never been on this side, so we're here to check it out for you.
There was a sign down below that said that the Sherwin-Williams company spent about $15,000 removing all the graffiti from the stone tower, just to have Jen and Maddie and Tegan and Axiom, or whatever the heck that name is, come around and just ruin it, because that's what people do. They can't have nice things. They also have Birdo here in 2024. Thanks, Birdo. Hope you're watching this, because you're a jerk. Stop defacing neat things, people. There we go, the historic landmark at all the graffiti removed by volunteers from Sherwin-Williams in the spring of 2014 was estimated about $15,000. Please respect this historic landmark by leaving as you found it. Birdo.
Now we're at Sweetwater Spring. And just like last time we were here, we are going to do the Bridal Falls Trail. It's it's about a mile.
According to the map, it's like, I thought it said 4.
No,
Hang on.
we would never do a full mile. Not in this shape, anyway.
Okay. So according to the elevation guide at the top here, we're starting at 1,640 feet, going down to 1,600 feet over a distance of 560 feet. So it's not far.
Into the woods we go. We got all excited because the last time we were here 4 years ago, this tree had just fallen down and it looked really spirally. We have a picture of Kevin actually climbing across it, and I'll put that in the screen here so you can see it. Pretty cool. Water's not really flowing. It's sad, but there's the falls. It's more like a trickle. It's a good thing it wasn't a long hike. And even though we're not at Thunder Rocks, you can still see that there's huge rocks strewn throughout the park. I am so glad we moved Caitlin's tent under the awning because it is raining. You can see it coming off the awning there. Last night she didn't sleep so well because she was on an angle and she kept sliding down her inflatable bed. So we decided tonight it was going to be flatter here, and if it rained she would be undercover, and glad we did. We still have our pork chops cooking on the charcoal grill anyway. Even in the rain, we're just under the awning. And we did start the fire so that it was nice and hot before it really got wet out. It's raining pretty good. Got my chair tucked in under the awning next to the charcoal, so I'm not getting wet. But between the picnic table that we have under the awning, the 2 chairs we have, and Caitlin's tent, it's a little snug in here. Wouldn't have it any other way, though. Years ago, we nicknamed this park Allegany instead of Allegany, and this is just proving my point. Sucks for the last trip of the year, but we did get to do all the things we wanted to do today. We went to the fire tower, we went to see the lake, we went to Quaker Lake, we actually toured more of this park this time than we have in the several other times we've been here, so it was a great day.